What's up, Ocean Squad? It's me, 3WP Rashad, and I'm happy to see y'all. I'm back from Atlanta, and I have a video here that is highly requested. A lot of my waivers commented, what's up with the forks, Rashad? How can I break the forks? Man, I'm developing forks. What's the good technique to get rid of these forks? Come on, man. Fork, forkity, fork it. All right, y'all, just fork it. Forget it. This video is all about forks. If you got forks in your 360 waves and you don't like them and you want to know how to get rid of them, please boost the like button right now. All right, boost it for me, Ocean Squad. All right, if y'all boost the like button, I will race this drone. If I win, I need y'all to boost the like button. All right, if I lose, still boost the like button for me, all right, man? But look, man, me versus this drone, let's do it. If I win, boost that like button for me, Ocean Squad. Let's get into the video. If you got forks, stick around, because you're going to learn how to break them forks today. Deuces. Psh. Don't make no sense. Me and this drone gonna race. Oh, y'all thought I was playing, Ocean Squad? Nah, me and this drone about to race right now. You ready, drone? Let's get it. 1, 2, 3.
Where was they at when we was gone? When we was working on these songs? Where was they at? When we was out here in the zone. Sipping on the Patron, yeah. Where was they at when we was gone? When we was working on these songs.
All right, Wave family. Before I get into answering the questions that the waivers asked me, I want to make sure you guys clearly understand what forks are when it comes to 360 waves. A fork is basically describing a crash in a wave pattern. When these forks develop, they're extremely difficult to break. So basically, I want to say that there are actually two different types of forks. You'll have your natural forks, and then you'll have your unnatural forks. The natural forks are developed naturally just based off of when you either have two different type of hair textures on your head, and some people do have that, or when you have your hair growing in two different directions at certain points. And that's how natural forks come about, all right? But don't get too deep into that. I just kind of want you to understand that. Now, as far as the unnatural forks, the forks that can be prevented, these forks are based off of you and how you decide to brush your hair. Now I'm gonna have to unrag, and I'm gonna unrag for y'all right now. Y'all ready for this? All right, man. And these do-rags is on the website. Now, let me unrag for y'all. Y'all ready, Ocean Squad? Alrighty, let's get it. Let me brush my hair into place. It's imperative to brush your hair into place after you unrag, especially around the edges. You want to make sure you get those brushed down. Now I'm using this white and gold edition just to utilize this pointed tip. I'm just trying to get my crown into place real quick, y'all. Excuse me, this don't have nothing to do with forks, but this is just something you do when you a waiver and you're really serious. You gotta take care of these certain points. Crown area, if you need to know about this, I got a video on that. You could check that link in the description, or I'll have that card pop up. I hit it with that pointed tip, and that white edition right there, that white and gold, that's a hard brush. As y'all can see, at first glance, it doesn't look like I have many forks in my waves. This leads us to a question one of our Wave fan members asked. He says, how do I get these forks out, Rashad? I woofed my hair for 5 weeks and got a cut Friday. What are some tips you could give me? From this picture, Ocean Squad member, I can tell that you, or not you, but your waves are not fully developed, all right? Now you gotta understand this. When you are a beginning waver and your waves aren't fully developed, then they're gonna come in looking crooked. Don't be so alarmed, especially if you only been waving for like a month or 2, that's natural, all right? So wipe the sweat off. You don't gotta worry about breaking them forks just yet. But keep those brush strokes consistent, all right? For your night method, you wanna make sure you grab your hand mirror. You wanna make sure that mirror is in front of you, and you wanna make sure you just start going in with it, man. You wanna make sure you looking in the mirror just like this. And making sure you hit them angles consistently. Keep up the good work, and when your waves start to form in more fully, you're gonna really see if you have forks or not. This next Ocean Squad member says, yo, 360 wave process Rashad. How did you fix your crooked 360 waves? Now, we gotta go back, y'all. We gotta go back in time, all right? Because once upon a time, my waves did not look as linear as they do right now. They was real forked up. This is video footage from about, I think, 2014-ish, back when I was in college, all right? Now, my waves was going through a transition during this time period. At that time, I didn't notice that it was going through a transition, but I did notice that my wave pattern was looking real forked up. I think that was because that was a time period when I was transitioning from brushing with straight brushes to purely curved brushes. That was around the time I first got my 3WP Blue Edition brushes, and I was only brushing with Blue Editions. I would say that my wave pattern became forked up like that because I switched to a new brush as my main brush. Now, if you guys go through it, if you get a new brush, you wanna make sure that you use one type of brush as your main brush. I'm gonna say that to you. You could use other brushes, but I would suggest that if you wanna avoid forks, pick a brush type and use that brush type the most, all right? Don't get me wrong, you could use other brush types without causing forks, but you just have to be hyper aware of the angles that you are choosing to brush with, okay? And you have to also be hyper aware of the lineup of the brushes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my 3WP brush, Snow Edition. This brush actually just came out on the 3WP website, and it's a very awesome brush. I do recommend it, especially because this brush has linear bristle alignment, which helps promote a straight 360 wave pattern. You see the lineup of these bristles, when it hits your head, every single bristle hits your waves or your hair in a straight row. Therefore, it's training your wave pattern to come out linear. Ever since I got my first fork breaker, the green edition, I did see a tremendous increase in the straightness of my waves or the linearness. When you get this brush, it's a different brush, right? If it becomes your main brush, it's kind of going to change up certain spots of your wave pattern because the bristle lineup is hitting it different than, let's just say, if you had a brush like this for your main brush. This right here is just a curved handle brush, and as we can see, it does have a linear bristle lineup towards the middle, but as you get towards this end, it's not linear, and as you get to this end, it's not linear, it ovals around, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, so if that brush has linear bristles and it's a fork breaker, does that mean these brushes without full linear bristles cause forks? Now, that's a tricky question that you ask right there, bro. Hold up, hold your horses, all right? Look, I'm gonna explain it to you, all right? No, and I found this out through experience. I'm not just saying this, all right? Now, before I even got my fork breaker, all I was using was brushes like this and brushes like this, all right? Because these are the only brushes I had, and I only used 3WP brushes. and my waves transitioned from being forky to not forky before I even got that 3WP fork breaker, all right? But I did see large improvements with the fork breaker. So I'm just gonna answer that question right there that just magically pops up. Do these brushes right here cause forks? No, they don't, all right? Can you break forks with these? Yes, you can. But it all is based on the angles you decide to choose up when you're brushing your head, all right? Now, let's continue this video. Y'all boost the like button if you didn't boost it yet, man. I didn't run against that drone for nothing, all right? This waiver right here says, do I need to push these forks to the hairline, or will they eventually break and reconnect on their own? So I'm gonna first tell you why you have a fork right there, because once I tell you that, you're kind of going to take that and understand how to, in essence, break that fork and get rid of it. The reason why you have a fork right there is similar to the reason why I have a fork in that exact same area, and I'm sure a lot of other waivers have forks in that area. If we take a look, let me zoom it in right here on my waves. All right, the reason why we have a fork there is because one, we take our brushes, and this is a natural effort. You brush your top straight down, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then you come to the connection and you brush that straight down like you brush your top. Then you come around right here. And this is what we all naturally do. Even I'm guilty of this. And then we come right here diagonal and brush diagonally down. And these brushes are hitting these connections in two different angles. Therefore, you're gonna have a forked up area right there. All right, it's real forked up. That's why you have a fork there. Now, to fix that, you would have to find an angle that complements the top and the connection part and the side. The angle that complements that would be to just take your brush and slant it like that. You know what I'm saying? And boom. But then if you come right here, you get the wrong angle right here, you're gonna have forks right here. So it's all about the angles you decide to take, and that's what you really gotta understand about forks. Now, some quick ways that people generate forks is just by sloppily brushing without even noticing which way they, you know what I'm saying? What angles they choosing. They're not choosing no angles, they just brushing all different type of angles, you know what I'm saying? They just sloppy with it. Don't be that waiver, all right? If you that kind of waiver, bro, your wave is gonna be forked up. And you're gonna be crying like, hey, my waves is forked up, man, I want the straight ones. Hey, stay concentrated. It's concentrated brushworks. To finalize answering your question, bro, they won't break and reconnect on their own. You have to consciously determine the best angles to get that part of your hair to flow synonymously with the top part. The sides have to flow synonymously with the top part. And you're just gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, choose up and do it. Let's move on to that next question right here. This next Ocean Squad member says, I've been vertical brushing like crazy and the fork still won't break. Help! How do I break the forks? Everything else is nice besides my top. This is what I gotta say to you, man. One, what type of brush are you vertical brushing with? Because if you are vertical brushing with most brushes out here, then you're gonna just cause forks. The reason why I say this is because most brushes out don't have linear bristle alignment when you brush vertically. The lineup when you brush vertically is terrible, all right? The bristle lineup is terrible. For example, brushes like this, the bristle lineup for vertical brushing is terrible. But when you go horizontal, you see them lining up, all right? And the same goes for this one right here. When you see them horizontally, it looks real good, but vertically, they do not line up at all. So not much vertical brushing with those. But if you get yourself a fork breaker, you see the vertical lineup is similar to the horizontal, and that's what I'm suggesting for you, bro. If you want to do vertical brushing, get you a fork breaker. Get the green edition or the fiery orange. Those are medium brushes, and they're gonna be good for you when you woofing and when you have a low cut. So it's gonna be an all-around good brush for you. Another thing I gotta say to you, once you get that fork breaker, you wanna make sure you start at the top right here and just keep this same angle right here. Make sure the middle of this brush is on the middle of your head, all right? Boom, boom. Keep that real consistent, and those forks are eventually gonna break. I also suggest you get some combing in, because those forks look real deep. Those are true forks because of the way you've been brushing and the angles you've been taking, all right? Examine those angles. What you wanna do is get you a comb, right? This is a 3WP wave and beard comb right here. You get your comb and you just comb that area up when you woofing. It's better to do it when you woofing because you'll have more hair on your head and you'll be able to pull more hair. It's actually gonna be better for me to grab my 3WP wave and beard keychain comb, all right? Because it has a finer set of teeth. When you got coarse hair, you wanna use combs with finer teeth because it grabs your tiny curls better. Comb through it, that's gonna pull your hair in one direction. You wanna pull it in the direction that you're gonna be brushing in, all right? Once you start doing that, you're gonna see your hair lifting up. You may think your waves are going away, but they're not. Your hair is just getting lifted off your scalp. And then you wanna brush it down. Add that into your routine as you're trying to break those forks, and you're gonna break those forks much faster. And that's gonna help you out, Ocean Squad member. So that is a little bit about forks. I hope you guys take those tips. I hope it was real clear for you. Just to wrap it up, I want you to make sure you choose your angles wisely and make sure those angles line up, whether you're brushing your sides to your top, to your back, to your connection right here on the back connections. All right, Wave family, that's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Boost the like button if you didn't boost it yet. We got more videos coming out soon. Make sure you hit that channel notification button for me. And shout out to the Ocean Squad members who got me on Instagram. If you don't, add me on Instagram. And if you want to submit a question, then make sure you join the 3WP Wave Family Facebook group. I'm 3WP Rashad. Until next time, Wave Family. Deuces.